Hello, beautiful ones. I am Sonia, the host, the founder of Empowered Sovereign, and this is the Great Awakening 2025. All right, beautiful ones. How are you seeing yourself these days? Is life moving in slow motion? Is life moving like a film projector? Or do you notice anything that is taking place in your life? I am just curious because throughout this entire year, and not just this year, each year has been building and building up. So humanity can have the courage to let go. Yes, to let go, dear ones, of the things that do not serve us. Yes, that's what's happening, dear ones. So, this is what the Great Awakening is all about. It is about us seeing ourselves, it is about us finally realizing and making that connection. Yes, making that connection with the greater aspect of ourselves, which we are a universal force, which happens to be the universe. Yeah, how does that sound that you're the universe? Think about it. Yes, you are the universe. So, what does that say? What does that mean to you? Well, for me, it shows me that we can do anything. We can conquer anything. There's nothing too big or too small for us to achieve. No, it's not. But because collectively humanity is going through this massive transformation, this is the time that you can just break free from your own limitations. Yes. Now, in the last session, which I have named it a creative NAR. Yes, I named it that because I'm a creator. We are all creators. So we don't have to use the same lingo. No, we don't. We can choose whatever we desire to choose. So this is a creative NAR, meaning we are all creators and we are in a space where we are gathering and coming together to learn in this space. Yes, bringing all of the knowledge, all of the wisdom into this space so we can continue to evolve and grow. Yes, this is what is happening. And I'm telling you, I could not have guessed that this would be happening. No. How could you, right? So, as I said, how are you feeling? How are you seeing yourself right now? Understanding that you are the universe. You have always been the universe. And I am going to borrow this phrase from another beautiful soul. And every time I hear this person say it, it makes me chuckle because it's a true statement and I find humor in it. So, as this beautiful soul has said many times, this is not your first rodeo. Yeah, because it is not your first rodeo. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. But when we incarnate here, or when we reincarnate here, our memory is wiped clean. This is why every single thing that surrounds us is a message. Yes, is a code, is a key. It is a form of information to help you remember yourself. Yes, this is what this whole life journey is about. And I got my first glimpse of this as a child. Yet I didn't understand everything because I did not have the language. Yeah, I didn't know what authentic was. No, I didn't have the language at 4 or 5 years old. But I was witnessing. Yes, I was witnessing. I was very curious. How did I get here? Yeah, this was me, dear ones. And I've shared this in a couple of videos. How did I get here? You know, there's no coincidence to the things that pop up in our head. Yeah. Now, some of the things that pop up in our head, you may not want to pop up in your head, but if it does, I just like to say to you to pause, jot it down to see what it is. Yeah. Because, yes, because we encompass the whole, dear ones, we are entangled with every single soul on the planet. Yes. And I mean everything. I mean the animals. I mean the trees. Yes, you can feel their energy. And depending on how strong your psychic abilities are, you can actually communicate with all life forms. Of course, it's a different form of communicating, but I'm just here to share with you that yes, you can communicate with a tree, you can communicate with an animal, most certainly, because they have a soul just like you. They're here experiencing this life just like us, but in a different form. All right, so just everything that I'm saying here, just allow for all this to just settle within, because every talk, every webcast, every video, every audio that I have is a transmission. And this transmission is always to help activate more and more parts of you, because you are a multi-perceptional essence that exists throughout infinity. Remember that word too, infinity. Okay, infinity is forever. Okay, so just ponder on that word itself. Okay, infinity. There's no ending to you. So, what does that mean to you? Really, what does that mean to you when I say that? In our human mind, we get so bent out of shape, we get afraid when people depart from us. Yeah, when people leave this earthly plane, we have been conditioned to be so sad. Yeah, We've been so conditioned to be so sad and, like it's the end, but it really is not the end, dear ones. It's the beginning. It's the end of that life experience for that person. But that person's true essence is presence. Okay? It is presence, it's immortal, it's infinite. So that person that we no longer see, right, in the physical, guess what? They are always with you. As a matter of fact, I like this saying. I heard this saying. I don't know who said it. They are a thought away. Yes, they are a thought away, for sure. So, really, we got it kind of backwards. When people depart from here, we should be celebrating. Now, of course, we're sad because we're not going to see them in the physical sense. But I'm here to tell you they are always with us. They are always with us. And you know where they really reside is right here in your heart. Okay? But the only way you will notice is you have to pause and you have to expand your mind to know that there is more to this reality than what these two physical eyes are showing us. Okay? Just putting it out there because this is the what? Great Awakening 2025. It's time for us to move beyond this 3D, okay? This 3D construct, this stage of life, which this is a great stage of life because if we didn't have this stage of life, we wouldn't get to experience all of the things that we experience. This is why we're here. So this is a gift to have this life experience. And because it is a gift, we can do whatever we want. And I mean whatever. It has to resonate with the heart. Yes. Yes. You can do whatever you want. Now, if it doesn't resonate with the heart, then it may not work out too well for you. Just letting you know. That's why I say it has to come through the heart. Everything has to come through the heart, dear ones. This is why humanity has so much heart issues. Yes, humanity has so much heart issues because what? Because we don't do the things we love. No, we don't. We get caught up in so much illusional things that causes heartache, right? That causes hypertension, right? That causes our heart to have heart blocks and arrhythmias, which is a erratic type of rhythm. It's not a natural rhythm like that. That natural rhythm, you see? So we go through all of that. Just think of an EKG rhythm. Okay, that is us. So if your rhythm, as I just said, is erratic, if it has a block, a heart block, that can be from many things: anxiety, fear, and fear takes many forms. Yes. So with this great awakening, guess what? We are dismantling all of that bull crap. Yeah, we are. We are dismantling that today. And I'm having these every single day because we, as I just said, are in this great awakening and we have to keep this vibration. I have to keep this space open for us so we can continue to grow and to learn and to understand this beautiful period in our evolution. We are actually seeing ourselves and we are rediscovering who we are. So when you begin to awaken from the spell of conditioning, you can now then move on a path that is more aligned to the artist, you, the singer, you, the teacher, you, the counselor, the athlete, the writer, the actress, which, by the way, dear ones, we are always acting. Okay? I don't know which session I talked about us being performers. Yes, we are natural performers. And we are all performing on the stage of life. Yes, playing many characters. That's a part of it. We will play many characters because we have many personas of ourselves. Yes, we have many personas. We're not just one way. And if you find yourself to be just one way, guess what's going to happen? Eventually, you're going to feel angry. You're going to feel like you're restricted because you're being one way. And I'm here to tell you, we are not one way. We are a multitude of expressions and colors. Yeah, that's why we are performing. This is a natural performance that we take on every day. Yeah, it's a part of it. So we perform, and when we perform every day, we are supposed to be getting closer and closer to our authentic self. That's the goal. The goal is to play that character of the authentic self. Now, I say play because this is a stage. Yes, you are in the spotlight naturally. Everybody is. The spotlight is on everybody. Okay? So, our goal is to play our authentic self because this whole experience of being in a body, being in a vessel, being in a vehicle. And I say vehicle because we can travel. And when I say we can travel, guess what, dear ones? We can travel beyond this physical because what is our true essence? Presence. And what is presence? Presence is an energetic energy that we see all around us. Yes. The sky, look up at the sky, that's you. The atmosphere, the clouds, that's you. And let me tell you, many years ago, I would look up at the sky and the clouds, and I would love looking up at the clouds in the sky. And I would say to myself, wow, why do I like looking up at the sky and the clouds? I would ask that question. And then my divine God essence self, we all have this. You can name it whatever you want, but this is what I name mine. And sometimes I interchange and say different things, but my divine God essence showed me and told me it's you. It's you. Okay? So, dear ones, once you know that you are the universe and that this is a stage, life is the stage, okay, that we are performing. Okay, this is why we have actresses and actors because they're showing us us. Everybody is showing us us. We may not want to see some of the people. Yeah, that's true. But because we encompass the whole, collectively, on a collective level. Okay, it's us. But of course, on a individual level, it is not us. Collectively, it is us. So, our human mind can get confused by simple things, and that's okay. And this is why I have these sessions taking place, this creative NAR, because your soul wanted to hear this. Your soul has been asking for this. Every soul has been asking for this. And as I say that, I'm thinking of the movie Deja Vu. Now, you remember that movie Deja Vu? Yeah, because deja vu is us. Yes, when you start to do the inner work, that means you are connecting with your divine feminine. Yes. And when I say your divine feminine, this means every man, every woman, and every child has a divine feminine. So that divine feminine is the inside of us. It is the essence that I've been speaking of. It is that intuitive part, the receptive part, that gentle, graceful, silent essence that is watching everything take place, because it is the observer and the witnesser observing itself, because you in essence is a virtual library. Yes, you are the Akashic record. Yes, you are. So when we can activate more parts of ourselves, love more parts of ourselves, understand more parts of ourselves, then guess what? You will be shown more parts of yourself, just like I have been shown parts of myself. This is why I can have this video and share what I'm sharing with you, because I've been seeking my entire life, and so have you. But you just probably didn't label it as seeking, but we are all seeking. Yeah, we are. So, dear ones, I just want to say as well, during this great awakening, we are learning to be receptive and to let go. That means any resistance that you feel within your everyday, I'm just letting you know that because of what is happening in this new era, because this is a new era where everybody is becoming new, everybody is creating, everybody is learning more about themselves. And of course, everybody is on different levels, okay? So I can't say, everybody is not, it's not a one size fit all. No, has never been that way. But the conditionings that we all have had has made it seem to be as it's a one size fit all, but it has never been that, because your uniqueness, dear ones, is your greatness. Yes. Yes, that is your greatness. So you cannot pivot. You have to be who you are. And this whole journey is we don't really know who we are. That's why we play many characters, so we can eventually get to our true authentic self. And we will, because this era that we're in, we are seeing more parts of ourselves. More people are waking up. More people are having these conversations. And because of that, that's elevating the consciousness on the planet as I speak. So this is a great time to be awakened. Yes, it is, dear ones. So if you feel any resistance, I'm just here to share with you that this resistance that you may be feeling is a natural thing because the old version of you is trying to hold on. And because it's trying to hold on, it's like a tug and pull, you know. You're pulling and then you let go. So it's like that. Back and forth until one day you just let go and just let this new version just come about. And when that happens, you will feel so good. Yeah, you will. And you're going to say, wow, it's just going to be, a new experience for you. So if you feel any resistance happening right now, I'm here to tell you that that's a natural occurrence. As I just said, the old version is trying to hang on. And you can state, I am powerful beyond measure. All is well and all is divine. Yes, because our words, dear ones, are very powerful energies when we speak them from the heart. So when you speak anything from the heart, it is. Okay? So that's another thing. That's another thing that we are keying in and learning about ourselves. All right, dear ones, I am going to end this video, but I want to end this video with a short little video that can bring some inspiration to you, because we are meant to live our life to the fullest on our own terms. All right? My infinite love to you. Enjoy the rest of your day. And here's the video.